Hi and welcome back to Alex Aberia's YouTube channel. My name is Emily and in today's video I will be sharing two cards featuring the Bouquet of Blessings stamp set and coordinating products. I will be showing you the stencil set as well as the coordinating dies that we are going to use for creating these two cards. So first off, I am using this large side panel. With this one I will be stamping two of them and I will be creating a gatefold card in the end. So that will be my second card, but that was the one I started with stamping out. I'm using black Memento ink for this, and this is alcohol friendly ink that is really nice to use. And you can see here I'm just laying it to the other side and I will go ahead and stamp it one more time. I am using my press there to help me get a good coverage with the ink. You can also see that inside my MISTI I am having the sticky grid from my Sweet Petunia, so I am having that inside just to make sure that everything will be laying where it's supposed to be when I am going to stamp these large images. This one is also very beautiful. You can see it here. You can see all of the stencils here. So this comes with, I believe it's 2 stencils, right? I'm lining this up carefully with the flowers, you can see here. And I will go ahead and create a multicolored look by using pouncers from Picket Fence. And that will be easy for me to control where all of the ink goes. So you can see I'm keeping it lighter towards the edges of my panel and heavier towards the center, and I'm just using some leftover ink that I had in my pouncer, so you can see how quick this is going, even though I sped it up I think like 2 times. And I'm doing the same thing for my leaves here. This is the second panel. I'm going for this green blue-green color combination for the leaves. Very beautiful as well. And then I'm just rotating this and doing the same to the other side. You can see here how it looks. I will do the same thing for this one, and for this one I'm starting with you can see the leaves here, and I am just positioning everything the right way, and then I can move it and get the next spot. And you can see I forgot some small images up there at the top. Doing the other side, you can see how quickly this is going with the stencil. That is something I really like, how quickly the coloring process goes when you are having coordinating stencils. You can just lift it up and go to the next one. You don't have to spend a lot of time coloring these in. So this is how they look after just using the stencil. I will go in and use some alcohol markers here in a second. You can see here I cut some of them out, and these one I left in place. You can see I'm just going in with 1 shade darker of the green just to give it some more contrast. And since I had the base color of all of my leaves, this went super quick, just going over my image to get that nice pop of color. I'm doing the same thing for the center parts. For my background, for my first card, I am using the tiny hardcover plate die. I'm just covering this with some liquid adhesive and I will press it down on top of my card base. You can see this really covers the entire A2 size card front. And yeah, I just love that color that I picked. I wanted to coordinate with that large flower that we have. And you can see how cute this is when you layer them together. You get this sort of a frame. Excuse me. It's very pretty and very beautiful. And I also off camera hot foiled my sentiment friend, just because it's your day. So that's the sentiment. And I did some tiny dots in the center of my flower just to give it some highlights. And that pretty much finished off our first card for today. So for our second card, we will be creating a gatefolded card. And you can see here I am trying to like predict where everything needs to go to be matching up, and I'm using my scoreboard to do it. So the first part was really easy. I'm just scoring a little bit with a little bit of an overhang to this beautiful image, and then I can place it here. You can see how I'm doing this. I'm lining all of this up, and I can place this down, and I need to close my door to my gatefolded card, if that makes sense. So this is how I'm having it, and then I can use the coordinating dies and just run that bit through. I did some partial die cutting. I'm just run the edge through, if that makes sense. So there we go, we have our edge cut, and all of the pieces are lining up beautiful. And then we have the other side, and I measured before I cut anything that this will be the perfect way of having my score line there. So now I'm gonna open this up, and with that score line I'm gonna put some adhesive and the beautiful flower cluster once more. And then I'm gonna run it through the same way. And if this went too fast for you, please hit that pause button and you can go in slow motion, because the part where I measured how much of an overhang, I just did that by eyeballing it. So this is no like correct measurements for this card. I just estimated how wide I needed to make my card. I hope that makes sense. But it pretty much turned out to be an A2 card front. I hope that makes sense. And here you can see I'm just cut this edge. The other one hanged off. My cutting plate hanged off, so it didn't cut the end of my flower arrangement, if that makes sense. So here it is. I ran it through and everything cut perfectly. And I'm just fiddling with those tiny bits that I need to have come out. I will just snitch those off so we have a perfect result. And there you go, we have our gatefold card. It looks amazing. I just love how it opens, and I love the stability that this gives. And for the wrapping part, for our gatefolded card, I will tie some vellum around it, and I will have some liquid. No liquid, I mean some double-sided adhesive to the back. I will hide this later on, you will see what I'm doing. You can see here I'm just ripping that off, making sure that everything line up perfectly, and cutting off the exit there so we have a perfect line. Just putting some more liquid glue on top of it so we have it perfectly. You can see it can slide on and off without any problems. And I wanted this to have some more interest, so I cut a strip of matte gold cardstock, and I'm attaching this to the center, and then I can cut away those overhanging part. I'm using my mat here to making sure that everything is straight across. So now we have our belly band coming together here. And I wanted some more interest and a landing place for our sentiment. So I cut two of the quirky hearts die, one in gray and one in that beautiful matte gold cardstock from Altenew that I'm such a huge fan of. And then I'm just attaching everything together again with some low-tech adhesive, and this is how it will look. I took some foam to the back, and then I'm just pressing my heart down to where I want it. And you can see here I am changing my mind. I will go with a larger one instead, just to make sure that it's really covered. Peeling that adhesive off, and then I can press it down. Fiddling around with everything once more. And there we go, we have our belly wrap ready. And I took a sentiment that says Mom. I made this card before Mother's Day here in Sweden. It was the end of May. And then I thought it would look really pretty with that lavender or cardstock in the back. So I put that in there. So here we go. We have one really poppy pink card, and then we have this beautiful mom card that the belly band can slide on and off, so the recipient can open, and you could have actually a message in there if you like. So that is our cards for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and got inspired to create something. I will have all of the products that I'm using used in this video listed down below if you'd like to go check out all of the amazing products from Alexa Beria. And until next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye!